What's up with it? Straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. Make sure you hit the like button. Sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit them notifications too. Now I want to give a shout out to the brothers Ticket TV. Go sub to his channel. He got various platforms. And also I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the brother Herman Buddy as well. He was on Ticket's live stream too as well, talking about this. Now it was brought up that Giannis doesn't have a bag, right? Well, I gotta disagree with that. I gotta disagree with that, all right? Now, earlier in Giannis'S career, in Greet the Freaks career, you could have said that. Giannis has evolved his game since then, okay? And it was kind of like when the whole thing about him being able to have a wall built up to where you could stop him, things of that nature. He worked on his craft and was able to improve in that aspect of his game. Giannis does have a bag, okay? Now, I think some people are looking at Giannis like when he played earlier in his career, when he was mainly about, just going straight to the basket with reckless abandon. I mean, he was just you knew that there was something there, but it was just raw talent. It was kind of like, and I'm not comparing him to this guy right here, okay? But don't take anything out of context what I say. But when Shaquille O'Neal had came into the league, Shaquille O'Neal was raw, but he still had some things that he needed to work on. He wasn't, his game wasn't as polished as, say, a Hakeem Olajuwon, who had excellent moves in the post, could do pretty much everything, excellent footwork, things of that nature, developed many things throughout the course of his career. And then also, like a guy like Patrick Ewing, who was able to develop a jump shot and many different moves. Being that he played at the center position. But when you talk about a guy like Giannis definitely has the bag. Giannis can take you out on the perimeter, okay, and he's able to make moves off of the perimeter. Giannis, of course, has. I've seen somebody talking about it, and I was going to allude to this point too, that Giannis has so many utilizations of the Euro step. It's not even funny. It used to be a time when you looked at guys like Ginobili and D Wade, how they they utilized that Euro step, and then of course a lot of guys tended to follow. You had several different guys following, like Westbrook, all of those guys. But I haven't seen anybody like Giannis being able to utilize a Euro step and then also at the same token be able to be skilled with using that rim as a shield, so to speak. You see that mainly with a lot of guards. Like the one that I think of the most is like, and being able to finish is Kyrie Irving, who in my opinion he's the best finisher, and being able to lay the ball in so soft off the glass and doing many different finishing moves at the cup. But Giannis is definitely up there too as well, because he can finish softly and he can also finish with ferociousness. And also, you got to remember that Giannis is a willing passer too. Giannis can handle the rock. I'm talking about just, primarily offense when we're talking about, because that's mainly what people are talking about when they speak of him not having a lot in his bag. Giannis can post you up now. Okay? Giannis is able to do that. He can post you up. Earlier in his career, he couldn't really do that. But guess who he's working with? His fellow African brother in Hakeem Olajuwon, who's pretty much worked with a lot of the centers. I mean, Joel Embiid, he's worked out with Dwight Howard. He's worked out with many different bigs. I can't think of a lot right off the top of my head, but you get my point. Another thing is that Giannis has improved in the mid range. Now, okay, is he this perfect shooter and all of that stuff? No. And listen, he really doesn't. He's so successful without constantly having to step out and shoot the J and all of that he doesn't really necessarily need that part of his game, to naturally be able to pull up. I mean, his game is not like Dame. He's not a 7-foot Dame or a 6'10" Dame Dollar. So if that's what you're expecting when you're talking about a bag from Giannis, then you pretty much have wishful hopes, because that's not necessarily going to happen. His game is off of athleticism, and it's off of power. And a lot of people, I get sick of people saying that just because he got power, that he doesn't utilize his finesse. Giannis is finesse. He's able to get a step away from the defender. See, a lot of you, I could tell y'all don't really pay attention to Giannis. You probably look at highlights and stuff like that, and him dunking and stuff like that. But if you really actually pay attention to the game and look what Giannis does, not only on offense but as well as defense, then you'll understand that this guy he needs to be appreciated. But Giannis definitely does have a lot in his bag. It's some of the moves that he makes getting to the cup. I mean, and I understand that he's long and and tall and everything and stuff. But even still, there's not a lot of guys with his type of athleticism that are able to get to the cup like that. Now, earlier in his career, LeBron James, who's still, he still kind of bulldozes his way now, but earlier in LeBron's career, LeBron was so athletic that he was able to get to that rim, unless he was, of course, cut off by a good defender. But Giannis definitely does have a lot in his bag. He's able to take you off the dribble. He can make a little, crossover or first step. He's not going to sit up there and pounce the ball and stuff like that. And I think that's where y'all got stuff twisted. You want Giannis to sit up there and pounce the ball and dribble the air out of the ball like a James Harden or Wood or a Dame Dollar and stuff. And that's not Giannis's game. He wants to go ahead and he wants to go ahead and get to the cup. Don't waste no time. What you see is what you get. It was the same thing with Tim Duncan. Now Tim Duncan's not the same. His game nowhere near exciting as Giannis, but you get my point. Tim Duncan was just, hey, just give me the ball. I'm not gonna make very many moves. Okay, 1-2 up and under, bam, or shoot the ball off the glass. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like a Kevin Garnett who was going to give you something, nice, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a spin move, here and there, maybe dribble a little bit, put some little sauce on it. And that's what Giannis does. And if you look at from when he first came into the league up until now, you will understand that Giannis has really improved his offensive game in so many different areas. It's not even funny. So to sit here and say that he does not have a bag, you're sadly mistaken. You really need to go back and you really need to go pay attention. Now, don't get into the analytics and the numbers and all of this other crap. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna. I know some people are gonna get analytical with this. No, this is mainly just looking from an eye test. I mean, we're talking about footwork. We're talking about fundamentals. We're talking about what kind of moves that this guy is able to make in order to lose his man or lose his defender or get past his defender, or even sometimes in most cases go ahead and dunk over his defender. Okay, and Giannis is capable of all of that. Okay, that's why he's won multiple MVPs. Okay, so and that's why he is a champion too as well, and also has a Finals MVP. Okay, and don't even get me started on the defensive end. But that's all that I got. I want to hear from y'all what y'all think. Make sure that you like the video, share it, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications too. Until then, man, I'll get at y'all later.